Dude, I made some slides, bro. I'm trying out some slides.
Holy shit.
Ooh, let's try it out.
Wait, these slides are for me?
They're for you, bro.
Shit.
They're for you. Nah, I don't, because I think, especially with Richard or Viet Mike, I think there's too many things, so I need to like find a way to break it down somehow. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying it out. How do you feel like the scrims have been going?
Besides last week's scrim, like,
Or it was like too
uh,
last week's was like too easy?
y- no, no, no,
Or
like the games where I was playing really badly. Besides those games, I think it's been going pretty well.
okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think some of yeah, I don't know. This gangster website, like I feel like some of the teams are like better than what they listed, and some teams are like worse than what's listed. So like I can't really tell. Like it's like
Yeah,
kind of hard. But I think either way, like it's good. Like it's not like we're playing like super clean or perfect every game. So I think it's
yeah.
still good practice anyway. But yeah, I think in your scrims, like I feel like your laning phase is going generally pretty good. Like yeah, I feel like you're honestly just like winning like pretty much almost every lane. So like I don't want to spend too much time on lane today. There's one laning phase that I think it's just worth going over just so like you have it in the back of your mind on like things you
Okay.
can improve on still. But I think your biggest issue right now is like when you're side laning and stuff. I think that's where your biggest issue is right now. So like
Yeah.
the stuff that I bolted here, like yeah, like just understanding when you're weak side, asking Richard or Viet Mike for vision. Like I'm trying to work on that with him as well, but since you have more experience than him, that's something that you can ask for as well.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like the stuff I bolted, those two, and then the camera control thing, I have a couple of examples here, but generally it's not a big deal. I think you play for the most part locked. Generally it's not a big deal, especially like front to back team fighting. It's not a big deal. It's more like if you're getting flanked or like if you don't have eyes on everyone, then it might be a problem. So I have a couple examples that I just want you to keep in mind because that one is more like I feel like these two, the asking for vision and the understanding when you reset, those are things you can improve on really fast. The camera control, I
Yeah.
think, since it's like muscle memory, it's like more like a long term or like a passive.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
get
yeah.
that.
Okay. Um, but let me see. I have just a couple examples of each of these, just so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Let me see. Um, Okay, this one, yeah, this
Copy
is
that
like
work.
something. I'll just mute here, but like, I'll just give you some more context here. I don't know what I forgot Wanjun's path was this game, but anyways, like the point is like he's showing on when Wanjun checks the bot crap here, he's already late, right? Because the bot crap spawns at 3:30, right? And right now
Yeah.
it's 3:43. Let me turn on my pen, but oops, shit. Um, sorry, oops, what the fuck? Okay, where's my pen? Hello. Okay. He is already a little bit late, but once he like actually gets vision of the crab, we should know
Maybe
like
it's upside.
exactly, exactly. So like
Yeah.
that's just something like that's something he should come as well. But I need you to keep that in mind as well. It'll help you like
Okay.
especially in solo queue and stuff, right? So um it should help you, right? So like when you're checking, yeah, this should be like no surprise that the Vigo is on this half of the map. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just one example. Nothing too
I
big
honestly thought I
or
just had
anything.
enough mana to kill.
Oh, I see, I see, I see, I see. Yeah, it's fine. Like looking for the kill is fine. You should still be hugging on this side though. Is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say. Okay. And then I think I have one more here. Let me see. What did I say? Um, maybe I need some more context here. Is this the right clip?
This is where I got ganked by Nilly.
Or
Is that what you're trying to find?
this is a weird game. So okay, so nearly started our bot camps. I can speed this up because I think we need a little bit more
Hmm.
context here. Let me see. Okay. I forgot exactly what happened. I think they invade level one. They're in a bot jungle. We're not sure exactly where they started, but I mean, our bot jungle, we could assume that our bot jungle was worded. And then
Yeah.
later I think we confirmed that the nearly has our blue, so I'll speed it along. So Wanju starts wolves. Do we not see the Nilly? Okay, we see the Nilly here. I don't think you actually saw her, but someone on the team should. She has blue buff, and then I don't know how much CS she has, but something that you can also check if you just press tab
Yeah,
real quick.
I think
Something you
the
can check, right?
tab.
Yep. Yeah, or at least look at her real
Um,
quick. And then Wanju. So yeah. Anyways, she took I think blue and Gromp because Wanju started wolves. And then Wanju's trying to take her bot side camps really quick, right? So like
yep.
the fact that she doesn't actually find Wanjun here on this timer, right? Like the fact that she doesn't find Wanjun taking her bot shit right now, like we don't see the Nilly on her bot camps, like she has to be somewhere here then. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Otherwise she would have found Wanjun. Okay, does that make sense?
hmm
That's the only thing. And then that means like it's just like more likely that she'd be on the top crab on the spawn. Does that also make sense then? Um,
Yeah.
okay, okay, yeah. So yeah, I think that's really like I don't think you did anything wrong this game. I'm just saying like I just want you to like mentally track it, right?
hmm
Yeah. Okay. And then cool. That's all I had for the enemy jungler thing. Some of the camera control stuff. So like I have an example here. Like this team fight. Like normally, yeah, like when you're playing front to back, it's totally fine locking your camera, and it's definitely easier to play, right? But like, I feel like it might be like, I feel like if you didn't unlock your camera, you would have spotted this rel creeping up a little bit earlier. Do you see this rel?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a little bit harder to see, right? So yeah, that's something I want you to work on. That's like just some muscle memory, I think. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to give yourself all
I,
the info you can.
I want to say I saw it. It's just a kind of awkward position for me because I had to go forward.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
okay,
plus three abilities.
okay. That's
But
fair.
yeah, I get what you mean by
Okay, that's fair. That's
reacting like
fair.
sooner.
Yeah, yeah. I think this one too, where it's a little bit hard because like the Wukong ends up stealthing, but I feel like if you unlocked your camera, we could also spot the Wukong maybe 1 second earlier. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like really annoying, or not. Sorry, annoying is not the right term. It's just really it gets really hard when people are like when the teams get better and they're like actually flanking on you and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like they're like TPing on you and stuff like that, and you can't see the TP. Then it becomes like an actual problem. You see, um, but generally it's whatever. Okay, and then I have a couple more examples. Let me see. Yeah, this one. Okay, I think you're just like you're focusing on your lane, which is fine, but it's also like we need to.
Yeah, the
Yep, this one,
karma.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it shouldn't have to be Wanjun like actually telling you, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
I think this like just earlier I was like, oh my god, holy shit.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I understand. I understand. But like, yeah, it's just something that I want you to keep in the back of your mind, right?
Yeah.
And then I have one more. Where this one, it's like you're like gunning down this way, which is like it's really. I think you play this like your mechanics are good for sure. You're playing this fight really well, but it's like if our team was getting fisted here, I don't know if this flash is worth it, right? Because like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like all I can see from your POV is like, I mean, yes, you do beat the Hui. I'm 100% sure. I 100% agree with you. But it's like, okay, if you kill the Hui and use everything on the Hui, like, what if our team is getting like fisted here, right? Like, then you're just gonna die and you lose your flash and all that, right? So it might not be
hmm
worth it, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, just kind of want like the full picture, like before you just like completely tunnel in. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. So that covers some camera control stuff. When yeah, I have some more slides or whatever, like especially on like these two topics, like when you're sidelaning. But just for some
hmm
examples, like when you're asking or when I want you to ask for vision, it's like think I forgot if it's after this timer. Okay. Is it before this timer or after this timer?
It's
Sorry.
probably like before because I was already balling, but because I had no vision, I couldn't really do much. Besides just the Krugs and like
Yeah,
go
yeah,
hover.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like when you're walking bot here, and then Richard or Mike's coming out of base. This is like a timer where you can calm that you want vision like somewhere here, right? Because
Okay.
like you need, it's like especially true like it's not as important when you're playing an assassin because like you have a lot of escapes and stuff like that, or you can outplay more
Hmm.
easily. But like when you're playing like in these scrims when you're playing like Lucian, Hui, Azir, or whatever, these like more fragile laners, like we
Yep.
really do want vision for you. Like it's much better for us if Josh doesn't have vision because he's playing like fucking Cassante or like Aatrox, Camille. These champs can either 1v2 or like they can't kill, or the enemy team can't really kill them as easily, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, we need vision for you. So that's something I need to work on Richard. I need him to see that as well because I think a lot of times when he's coming out of base, he doesn't really know which side to get vision on. Like especially, it's really obvious if there's an objective that's about to spawn, but sometimes if there's no objective on the map, I think he gets confused. So like we should just get vision on your side, especially with like the current champ pools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, I probably would go we're top side too because
we're
Baron's
topside.
spawning.
Yeah, yeah. I think in this game that's fair. That's fair. And then yeah, if we're getting vision topside, then you have to understand that you can only
I'm weak
catch
side and
maybe
okay.
like one wave, and then you need
Yeah.
to group. Okay.
Yeah. I just did Krugs and then just hovered mid.
Let me see. Okay. Anyways, you decide to go back bot. It's fine. I don't really. It's fine if that's what you guys decide to do. That's what you guys decide to do. But then we should still ask for vision, right?
We
Because then
just
we're
have
just gonna
it.
pay for this tier one or something.
Okay. Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's what we do actually. No?
Okay. Yeah. 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 I think. Yeah. I think. Yeah. 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 I just want you to be aware so that you can also call for it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then let me see. This is an example of like when you're weak side. Okay, so I have some more context written down here. So like we take Rift Herald here.
Oh
So
right. This is where like shadow like I went to bush because I wasn't sure if Balin was fully rotating Balin or not.
yeah, I think you have an idea. I can tell you have an idea because like
I yeah, because I think I saw Balin hovering towards bot side river and then the threat of Ashar too.
yeah, or like even if their bot lane was mid, you're still weak side. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause
Okay.
like okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right. We don't know where jungle is.
Yep, exactly. Like we used all of our wards in their top jungle, so we have no more wards for you. We're doing the Rift Herald. If the Nidalee, the enemy jungler is Nidalee this game, if she is not showing on the Rift Herald, then she must be giving it, and then she would like yeah, like they don't want to give stuff for free, right? They want to trade, so like they would just take our bot side. Does that
Hmm.
make sense? So like
I think I was willing because I had R. If I didn't have R,
okay,
would have done this.
okay, that's fair, that's fair. Yeah, I just need you to be careful in this scenario, because
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can tell like you're backing off here, but then like you're still weak side. Um, so like on this wave, I would still be like I would be
Oh, I
hesitant
shouldn't
to
have
even
walked up.
walk up on this wave.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? I think the reactant is just
Yeah.
bad, is what I'm trying to say. Like I feel like the Nilly could just very well come here, right? Like, the reactant EEs
Yeah.
here, and then you might be in trouble. You might not even have a timer to get your R off. So yeah, it's just like you need to respect this wave a little bit more. We just need to build that habit. Okay. Okay. I have two more examples of weak side. So yeah, this is a game we kind of already talked about. Actually, it's the same game, but
This is an
maybe a
area
different,
stones.
yeah, maybe a different instance, right? So like, once it's like a very similar situation here. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we have all of our
Yeah.
vision topside. We don't see any of the enemy team, and like it's not like we're not seeing them due to a lack of vision. We do have good vision. It's just all topside.
It's all top side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like the fact that they're not showing on our topside vision has to mean that they're like looking for some shit bot side. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's just like this wave is already kind of sus in my opinion. You can get this wave if we have more information. So like if enemy jungle shows, if enemy support starts showing, then I would feel comfortable taking this wave. But
Okay.
until that happens, you can't you can't show on this wave. Um, yeah, you just don't get punished here, but that's okay. And then I have one more. Let's see. This one, yeah.
Where I got caught by Vigo.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's kind of the same situation, right? But it's like I know you want to push this wave. You should want to push this wave. That feeling is correct, but then you need to ask for vision, is what I'm trying to say, right? It's like,
Okay.
yeah, we should be funneling resources into you rather than the Cassante. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Cassante is like chilling by himself most of the time. So like, yeah, like I want you to get this wave, and I want you to get the next wave as well. But we need,
Ideally, yeah.
yeah, we need to get you vision in order for you to do that. Otherwise, we can't.
It's while I was just seeing that pixel bush, and then
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same situation, right? Where it's like all revision is bot side. We see Braum, so I understand you feel like kind of safe. It's just yeah, jungle is not accounted for, so um, that's it. And then yeah, we do get punished at this time. So okay, that
oh, I got lit. Whoops.
that's okay. Yeah, yeah, the point still stands. Cool. And then let me see. Okay. Yeah, so I think your lane phase is generally really good. There are just a couple small things that I want you to keep in mind. So like I noticed for when you're wave clearing as Hui, I think your Hui's really good by the way, but just a small thing I think. Yeah, like generally when you're clearing as Hui, especially like early game, you're gonna need two QEs to kill the entire wave anyway.
Yeah.
So like if you but what I've noticed you're doing is like you're throwing in an EE in there as well. And I think it's just like overkill, right? So like
Overkill.
or
Okay.
like it doesn't maybe overkill's not the right word, but you're not clearing the wave any faster. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you're EEing here, but
Yeah.
you still need one more QE or one more one more Q combination, right? Like it's not like you're killing the wave any faster, right? So it's just like you can you can save
Just
mana
save the
and
mana.
then
Save the mana and save
and then your E
CDs.
will be up if you need it. So
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
a small thing, right? Usually it's just two QEs to clear the wave until you have enough AP and enough damage to where you can
Watch all the
just
melees
yeah one
and
QE and then one
okay.
EE is enough. Yep. Okay. Um, that's a very small thing. And then there yeah all my stuff's like really nitpicky here honestly, but there's a cool trick here actually. You might already know this honestly, but when I like what you're doing with like the refillable potion, where like you're just trying to like save time, right? Like you're taking your refillable potion and then you walk back in um, to like refill your refillable potion, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's one thing that Chovy started doing where it's like so, oops, like when you're standing here and yeah, you're technically outside of the shop range, so you can start ticking or start drinking your refillable potion. Like what
Hmm.
you can do is you can just sell it. So you open your shop, you sell it, and then you refund it, and then it'll give you the two stacks again.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, I can.
Oh
Yeah. I
shit.
can try. Yeah, it's like just like a lot easier as well, right? Because I feel like
Is that-
I used to do this thing too, where it's like you have to walk back and forth. It's like kind of annoying, and like I feel like yeah, like this refund thing is just like easier mechanically, and then it's just like faster, right? Because it's like you
oh,
can
that's
just
because then
stand
you can
on
actually
the
stand on the
you
edge.
stay on the edge
Oh,
as well.
I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah. I can find it, but yeah, that's I think something that Chovy found out or something. But let me see. I mean, okay, I can show you in a custom game real quick if you want.
I get the general
Okay,
idea.
okay, yeah. Okay, I won't show you then.
I
But
just
okay,
didn't know
okay.
that.
Yeah. No, it's just nice. It's like a small trick, right? So yeah, not a big deal, not game changing at all, right? But it's just easier, right? It just gives you more time to think, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then there are some things when you're playing Lucian, yeah, like until you have, especially in like the, generally this isn't a big deal, but like especially like in the mid game, until you have your Essence Weaver, your second item, like I've noticed you are running into like a lot of mana issues. So like
Yeah.
yeah. I say just like use your W a little bit more sparingly, unless you're like if you're fighting, it's like whatever, right? But like when you're like
Mhm.
farming and shit like that, like um, yeah, I think because you're gonna have mana issues until you have Essence Reaver, just use your W a little bit more sparingly, right? Like
Okay.
because like
Yeah.
yeah, like
That was an issue I told Dahan too. Like I
yeah,
asked him if Presence of Mind was fine or not because I was
yeah,
having
like
so
I
many mana
think
issues.
yeah, I think generally you're fine from what I can tell. We probably need more games to really understand, but like I feel like Presence of Mind. Yeah, I realize like every laner is still taking Absorb Life because it's just nice for a lane. And then like
Yeah.
yeah, once you get Essence Reaver, then Presence of Mind is like completely no value. So um, yeah, I'd say just I think if you just keep in mind your W usage, you should be okay generally.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like if you have more mana in this spot, then it's like you don't really need to base or like you know what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
just like mana is just like your gate in this scenario. Um, okay.
Wonder, I'm not even playing like all my mana on the waves. I'm like playing all my mana on them.
Mhm. Yeah, 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 exactly. Okay. And then, yeah, these are all pretty nitpicky things. Like, just word quality, I just want you to keep that in the back of your mind. Like,
Yeah.
these might not be the best examples, but yeah, I'm
I get
trying
the general
to.
idea
Okay,
though.
cool, cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially like sometimes there's games where Wanjin will intentionally like try and split the map. Then sometimes we might need to ward the other side
More
to
defensively.
to cover, and
Yeah.
then like we know the enemy jungler will be on this side of the map, but by having a ward there, you'll know exactly where she is
Sure.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Okay, and then one more very nitpicky thing that I think most people don't think about, just like fake basing or fogging after a mid push. So like, yeah, I guess do you know what I mean by this? Like what the difference is
Yeah.
here? Okay. Um, yeah, so to me, like, yeah, if you push a wave and then you fake base, you can kind of sometimes like yeah, it's kind of just like mind games, right? Like they might think they're
Yeah.
basing and then you actually can get a roam off or something like that. And then like the other scenario is like um yeah, you can like yeah, fogging after mid push, right? So it's like you're putting pressure on the enemy side lanes without actually fully committing, right?
Hmm.
And I think like there's like some scrims where like our bot lane is facing like Caitlyn Lux or like Varus Karma. Like those lanes want to play really aggressive and constantly at our tier one turret. So like these little things like that are like things you can do as a mid laner to kind of just help alleviate that pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, because like you can imagine like if you just fake fog, like their mid laner is just gonna be like pinging or calming, like hey like mid's missing, like watch out, that kind of thing, right? So
Yeah.
they kind of have to respect that. So it's just like a really small thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There is yeah, I think generally, yeah, your laning phase is really good. I can go over this laning phase real quick. I'll try be quick about this one because, yeah, I think most of your issues right now are just with side laning, so I just want to spend some more time there. Okay, with Hui, so I know I realized you're going Blackfire Torch Leandries every game. What are your thoughts on? I'm kind of curious what other people are doing. I know at one point Nemesis was doing like uh, what's the term? Like Luden's Horizon Focus against like full squishies. Have you ever tried that, or what do you think about that one?
I
Um,
haven't tried that, but I know I'm sure it could work like just
yeah.
fine. It's just I haven't tried it yet
Okay.
until yet.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's some flexibility here. Like I think you definitely want a lost chapter item, right? So I think Luden's is
Yeah.
fine. I think. Uh,
I think
mhm.
Blackfire Leandri is just the most consistent,
Okay.
like no
Yeah.
matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. I guess no play. Yeah, no pros are playing Hui question mark. I don't know. But yeah, like oh fuck, I don't have the best examples here, but like yeah, I would say if you're next game, if you're playing against really squishy teams, this doesn't happen as much in competitive, right? Usually they try and draft like one frontliner, right? But I think even if they
Yeah.
have one frontliner and like the rest of the team is squishy, I would consider Luden's Horizon Focus. I definitely think it's more damage,
Yeah, I'm
or
willing to
more
try that.
burst. Yep. And then yeah, I think there will be some games where you might need Saros, right? I think most of the pros will opt into Saros, but um,
I think a lot of these games I don't need
Yeah,
reserve
exactly.
though.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, and then I think the if you don't need or if none of those conditions are met, then I think Blackfire Torch is fine. But
Yeah.
yeah, just some other builds to consider. Okay. Um, okay, this one. So yeah, I mean, I think your lane phase is good in general. There's a couple of things early game here that I want to highlight. Um, this is all fine. Okay, Syndra uses Q here. So I just like want you to track this because I think this happens a couple times in the first couple levels here. So she uses Q here, so your Q should be coming up slightly faster, right? I don't
Yeah.
know the exact cooldown of Syndra Q, but you know it should, yeah, your Q should be coming up faster, right? So like I think there's an opportunity, like especially here, as your Q is coming up closer, you can just walk up and maybe try and choose like a QQ or something.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, usually level one it's like pretty chill because you only need to track one ability.
I didn't opt to doing that. What the hell? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. I
crazy.
think. Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I guess swear I'm like usually like decent at doing that.
I
I swear
think,
they
yeah,
didn't
I
do it
think your
this
landing
time.
is generally really good. Yeah, like, okay. Oops. She does the same thing here as well. Okay, so like you just use QE here. GQ's here, right? And then, oh,
Hmm.
first of all, you're level two. Like I think, like obviously you know you're gonna hit two first, right? Off one creep. Like
Yeah.
I would already start. I think you can already start walking up because like,
Yeah. 100
right?
100%.
Hmm. Yep, yep, yep. And then you can abuse the level two here. And then when she uses like, especially when she uses Q here, like we should be walking up because then she's complete out of abilities, right? She's level one. She just used her Q, no abilities. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think I'm also surprised you leveled W here rather than E. I don't know if.
I think it's just playing safe this
Okay.
game, honestly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 I think you can definitely play more aggressive. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So this is the game Wanjun level two gank spot. Um, so I know Dahan told you to ward this
Word.
area before the game started, but you should do
Yeah.
this even if Dahan didn't tell you because we need to cover for. Because obviously Wanjun like
Uh.
set his tempo behind, right? He set
Hmm.
his own pacing behind, so we need to cover for any potential invade, right? Because if I'm the enemy jungler and I see that Maokai ganked bot level 2, then obviously I know he's slow on his full clear. So then there's an opportunity as the enemy jungler to punish, right?
Uh-huh.
So this is a good word. This is a good word. I think, yeah. And this Raptor check is actually really good too. I'm surprised our Raptors are gone, but this is a good check. Yeah. This Raptors check, like, yeah, like this is a good check. I still don't know exactly what the enemy jungler's path is. I'm not gonna lie, but like this is definitely good intel. It's like I'm not sure if the enemy jungler. Yeah, I just don't know what his path is. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, when you're coming back to lane here, so like, so now I think the Syndra, like this is her timer to play a little bit more aggressive on you, right? Because like,
Yep.
yeah, the wave is
I
pushing
want.
towards you. She should hit three first, right? So like like she's obviously not thinking about it, but she should do something here. Do you know what I mean? Like especially because you have
Yeah.
W level two. Like yeah. Um, this is all fine. Okay, now we see the Viego. Yeah, like I just want you to get in this habit where like every time we see the enemy jungler, it's just especially true um, during the first clear, right? So like when we see the enemy jungler on the minimap, I need you to check really quick because like there's a lot of like once we see the
Information
enemy
that comes
jungler, we
up.
should know his exact pathing, or at least have
Yeah.
like have a good idea. And Wanjun should know as well, but it's good for you too, especially in solo queue, right? So like yeah, like obviously we know he took our Raptors, so that's 4 CS, and then he took his Raptors, so he should be at least 8 CS. He's probably more, right? Because Wanjun's behind, so at least
Hmm.
12 CS, and then I'm not sure what buff he has, so If he has red buff, then it's our red buff. Do you see what I'm saying? Because Wanju
Yeah.
is trying to take his red buff. So yeah, this is all good. Like I think even on this wave, when the Sinner comes back, yeah, like I know Viego's bot side here. Like I think you can play like when your E's coming up here. I think you can play pretty aggressive here. Like I think you can still continue to walk forward and look for one more E here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
yeah.
like I'm totally down to trade pretty aggressively here. Like um, because like yeah, I'm down to trade hard here. I'm okay if the trade is slightly losing for me because like if I TP back on the 4 minute mark, that's totally fine with me, right? Because like the TP cooldown is 6 minutes. If I TP back at 4 minutes, my TP will be unleashed at pretty much the 10-minute mark when it's like the first available use. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So like
Hmm.
it's totally okay to trade pretty hard here. I kind of yeah, like I feel like you should be incentivized to trade pretty hard here. Like if you notice if you watch any of the Chovy VODs, it's very interesting how he plays, where it's like he will always try to TP back around 4 minutes, which I think is pretty interesting. Like no matter what, no matter if he's hard winning the lane, right now he's in the practice of just TPing back at 4 minutes because he wants the unleash TP at 10 minutes. It's like very obvious that that's his
Okay.
intention. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. You also notice when we get closer to the 4 minute mark here, like it's good to TP back because the next wave will be a cannon wave anyway.
In a wave.
So yeah, a lot of benefits there. Um, like even here, like you can still like I still want you to trade aggressively, right? We have pushing wave.
Yeah.
It's okay if yeah, even if for some reason she can outtrade you, it's fine because your wave is pushing, and then you can always recall. So
Yeah.
you can imagine like yeah, like right now we would be prepping our base, right? And then we would TP back, and it'd be roughly 4 minutes. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, you can imagine like yeah, we do have a couple timers where like we should be incentivized to trade before that 4 minute mark, but it's like after this wave. Um,
I'm not actually sure why I stayed. Yeah.
yeah, I think you're just trying to yeah, like you're just trying to establish prio, right? But if you base TP, I mean you'll still have prio, right? You have
Yeah.
better prio actually, right? And then she is forced to because like she's down items, right? So like she's gonna be incentivized to base TP as well, but then her TP will come back later than yours, right? Um, when it's unleashed. And let me see. What was I gonna say? So you end up base TPing after this wave, I think. So you base TP here, and I think like so like I think if you're playing like Yone or something where you really want the tier 2 boots early, this
Hmm.
makes a lot of sense. But generally on mages it's like kind of whatever, especially now with like the tier 2 boots nerf, it's like especially whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would care more about the TP timer on mages and stuff like that. But yeah, especially on
Okay.
Yone, like you really want Berserker Greaves. But yeah, if you're gonna base TP on this wave, then it's like then you should then it's just better to base TP at the 4 minute mark. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not I mean obviously
Yeah.
you have more gold on this base, but it's not like
It's not like game changing gold.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think like you weren't it's not like yeah, like I feel like you weren't thinking about like oh like I want 1100 gold before I base, right? Like that's not your thought process anyway, right? It's just like oh like I'm kind of chunked here, like I kind of want to base.
I mean, I think it's definitely just like it's just instinctive to base TP around this time because
Mhm.
it's like the five almost the 5:30 time
I
for
see.
E6 and everything.
Okay, yeah. I think maybe the meta might just be different now, where it's just like
Yeah.
we just want to base TP earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, it literally used to be like TP like 5:30 for
Mhm.
the 5:30 time or whatever.
Okay, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Um, okay. So she's trying to base TP. And yeah, we should. Yeah, this is a good ward timer. This is good. So obviously, yeah, she's gonna base TP here, right? So I don't think you need to push this wave that hard. I think you can just chill. Like you just wait for her to base TP and then you just try for a QQ here. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
there's no mm,
There's no reason for me to get private right now.
yeah, like yeah, exactly, right? Like if we're pushing a wave, we want to be able to do something with um with that roam timer, right? But like yeah, if you don't push this wave and you're just sorry, oops. If you just chill here if you just chill here, it's not like you don't have prio. You still have prio, very much so, right? It's just like
Yeah.
you are giving yourself more opportunities to harass her while establishing prio. But like if you just push this wave, like mm, it's hard. Like yes, you can harass her under turret, but it's a little bit harder, right? Because like obviously you're going to be more pushed up, and then you're more susceptible to a gank. So yeah, like just yeah, there's just like no reason to push this wave. We can do everything we want. Um, Yeah, we can still do everything we want. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I think I was gonna check Dragon with this timer. That's
Okay.
why I hard dropped it.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you have something to justify it, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Never mind. Maybe I'm lying.
Yeah. I'm trying to like. Yeah. I feel like okay. Like just based on the Viego's body language, I don't think he would unless he's like yeah. I don't know. Do you see what I mean? Where he's like ducking like
Yeah.
here. I feel like if he was trying to do drag, I don't know what his path was this game. I honestly forgot. But like if he was doing drag, he would at least do Krugs and then drag, or like walk this way, right? Like
hmm
it's unlikely he's doing drag. But yeah, okay. If that was your reasoning for this, that's fine. But but yeah. Okay.
I guess sworn I checked Dragon this time, right? It's not.
I think you do check it. I guess you're just not on this timer. I think I remember you do.
Oh,
Oh, you do check it.
so it's just late.
Okay,
Okay.
it's just like yeah. The thing is like yeah, like even it's good. It's nice that you're checking drag, but like let's say they were on the drag, it's okay, yeah. I would say it's quite hard for you to do anything.
I think it'd be hard to do it, but I think it just gets the info.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. But like we should know as soon as they're bot lane ducks, like we don't need you to check. Do you know what I mean? Like as soon as they're bot
hmm
lane ducks out of vision here, like we should have an idea that they could be on drag.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let me see. This is all good. I don't have any comments for this part. Yeah, this is great. So Syndra's chunked. It's like the same thing here, right? Where you don't need to hard push this wave, right? Like you are in a very, very strong position here, right? You have full prow for sure, right? Obviously, like
hmm
even if the wave is equilibrium like here, you still have prow, right? Because the Syndra cannot walk up, right? You literally
Yeah.
walk here and like yeah, she can't do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
hmm
so like you pushing here just gives her
A free base.
or like yeah, she's like able to farm creeps a little bit more a little bit more safely under her turret, right? But like let's say you don't push this wave, if you walk up, she can't farm at all, right?
hmm
So yeah, okay. I think it's just like pushing. Obviously you have an advantage here, but like you can push it a little bit harder. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah. So this yeah, Viego ends up invading our blue buff, which is hella troll. Like yeah, I think you're starting to channel your recall here. So like even if the Viego wasn't invading here, I wouldn't want to base because you have so much pressure on the Syndra, right? It's not like you have to base, right? You have one more biscuit, you have one more potion. Like you basing here is not bad, but it would be better if you just. So I'm saying the Viego's not invading, right? It would be better if you
hmm
just pressure the Syndra under turret where you drop a deep ward because
Okay.
the Syndra doesn't have TP, right? So like if we can extend this situation where Syndra is like 1 HP and you're in a good healthy spot, if we extend this picture for as long as possible, you're going to be miles ahead. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, yeah. And then like so yeah, like you choosing, were you thinking about recalling here? Yeah, it's just like not pushing advantage, right? Like there's also like that. I think that's like the first thing, the first point I want to make. And then like when the Viego invades here, like this should just be like super troll. Like this should be like red flags, like red alarms, red sirens in your head, right? Because like this just like super troll to me. Because like you have full prio and the Viego is opting to
I knew
invade and
invade.
stuff. Yeah. Well,
That was
maybe
letting
it's
win
not super.
TP.
Maybe it's not super troll by him because like their ball lane has prow, right? I guess he could make that argument, but like I mean you're literally about to fist him here. I think he's just like a little bit too fast. But yeah, like this is good by you. It's more like I think the decision should be, or I want the decision to be more confident. Do you know what
Okay.
I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's also a chance that there's like honey fruit in the river um, for you to pick up. So like, that obviously helps your situation, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, just I guess a laning tip. Do you know when the honey fruit spawn? Like roughly. I think it.
It's like 6. It's between like 5 and like 6:30 or some shit. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I think it's like slightly random, but I always think of it. I think it's like six something. I don't know if it's like
Yeah,
an exact timer or if it's random, but yeah.
I also have no clue.
Okay. Whenever it's like 6 minutes something, if you have an opportunity to go to the river, there should be a honey fruit somewhere there.
But the thing is, I don't know if it just does it like randomly spawn between one of the rivers. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know about
I think there will be
how it
honey fruit
works.
on both rivers, but like the placement of the honey fruit, I'm
It's
pretty
different.
sure is random.
Okay, well the placement's whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. But around, yeah, I always remember it as like 6 minutes, something, 6 minute, a little bit past 6 minutes should be when it spawns. I would say like 6:15 if I was to guess.
okay.
But yeah, okay, this is all good. Yeah, it just needs to be more confident is all I'm saying. Okay, so Syndra based here. So you basing's fine. If you had more mana, I think you can push.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, good. You come back. Yeah, once again, same exact situation here. So it's like this is probably the third time here where like there's no reason for you to push this wave,
Yeah.
right? Because like we can, yeah, exactly. I don't want to harp too hard, right? But like
No, no,
we can just
yeah,
bully her
yeah.
when she comes
I've
back.
been mindlessly pushing
Yeah,
this her
yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah.
This was a scrim that I did not feel good,
Okay. Oh,
like
oh,
mechanical
oh, oh,
wise.
oh. Okay, okay, okay. I think your mechanics are good though, generally, so that's good. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to harp on this too much. So yeah, I don't think you need to push this wave either, right? But
Hmm.
okay. Yeah, I mean this Cinder is just trolling. Actually, yeah, I think he's just trolling. Yeah, your camera control is better here. Like this is something that, yeah, I'm more happy with this one. Do you see what I'm saying? Where like we have
Hmm.
kind of an idea a little bit, but in those other couple clips, like yep, just clean that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm actually surprised your TP is back. So that just tells me you took Cosmic Insight, right? Like,
Yes, I
okay,
should have got
cool, cool, cool.
it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, I see, I see. And you holding TP here is really good. Yeah, I think there's one thing I want you, so like this is like a potential missed opportunity, right? Obviously, there's nothing that you could TP to in this game specifically, right? But like, let's say Josh is like playing super hard here, and like if you look top, maybe there's potential to dive the Jax, right? I'm saying like if the Renekton is still here. I guess it's Anthony this game, but maybe there's potential to dive the Jax, right? But yeah, this is an opportunity. This is perfect time for you, right? Your wave is pushed
Hmm.
in. You're in base. You're about to spike with whatever gold you have. You could calm. Like I just need you. yeah, so it's not, it doesn't apply this game, right? But just in general, just to keep this in the back of your mind, like you can calm that, you can TP. This is an opportunity where you can TP to like force something,
Okay.
right? So like yeah, like if the Jax is half HP even, like maybe there's an opportunity where you can just straight up dive the Jax, right? If you TP on the minions here, maybe you and Josh or Anthony or whatever can work that out, right? But
Okay.
yeah, because it's like even if you TP top and you guys don't get the Jax kill, you guys will for sure as hell like chunk him, right? And then he's forced to base, and then you can still walk back mid, and you won't really miss anything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is yeah a potential missed opportunity in the future. There's just nothing this game.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll be honest,
but
I don't think I ever pan my camera top lane. I'm
yeah.
like 90% sure I don't pan my camera a single time top lane.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, but it has to be on this timer, right? Because if it's like even 5, especially 10 seconds later, you can't really TP anymore because you're gonna lose a mid wave. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Um, what was I saying? Oh, this thing. Okay, so yeah, we're commenting that they're on grubs. I don't think this is your fault at all. I think this is super random, honestly. Yeah, that they're on grubs and the Lux is coming from bot side. I don't think this is your fault at all. I think it's just a little bit unfortunate. Like I think it's just like a little bit due to our lack of vision that you die here. But I wouldn't say this is your fault. So I don't really have much to say here. Yeah, this is that scenario you talked about, right? Where it's like you EEing here does not clear this wave any faster. Because like, right, you E here, but we still need one more Q. And then now you don't have E for if the Syndra walks up at you, now you don't have E, right? So this is like one good example, I think. Yeah, this is good. You're playing pretty well.
That center should have died. I fucking missed my QW.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, just one very very small nitpicky thing here, where it's just like I forgot if she has flash or not, right? But like I guess if she has flash, you're never getting this kill. So like let's just assume she doesn't have flash, right? So like yeah, there's just you can just wait a little bit longer. It's just like a very nitpicky thing, right? Like you just wait for the Maokai to like yeah, slow her with red buff, wait for his cooldowns, that kind of stuff. It's not like she can move anywhere, right? If assuming she has no flash, it's not like she can move anywhere. So yeah, just a little bit more patience here. All good, all good. Cool. And then there's one last thing here where yeah, you guys opt to swap because the second grubs or sorry, Rifts. No, Rift is coming up soon. But this swap, I think I forgot. I know David knows this now. I went over this with him, but this swap is a little bit too early. Because there's still another.
The wave.
Yeah,
I think the wave. They just need to clear the wave sooner. Too big of a wave too.
Where I think
like,
yeah.
Early, I think.
Yeah, they should take this wave, right? Is that what you're saying? They should take this wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you guys should swap probably. But yeah, it's just too early, right? Like we just want the swap to occur kind of like pretty like as close to 14 minutes as possible. Sorry, I know it's like kind of hard to read the timer here, but yeah, it's just a little bit too early, right? Because it's like the idea of this swap is like, yeah, our bot lane is going to be in position to help with the grubs, and then, plates are gone, right? So like we won't have this situation where, their bot lane is like farming free plates, and we don't have anything to trade with, right? We don't have like normally if Rift was up here, we could get Rift, and then there'd be no plates. So it's like kind of whatever. This turret's kind of whatever, right? I'd rather have Rift than this tier 1 bot turret. But yeah, like this was just too early. That's like the last comment I have.
It's really bad. I get chunked out too.
Yeah. And, like it's really hard for you to hold this, right? So yeah, okay, but cool. I guess that's yeah. I don't want to spend too much time on your landing phase. I know that was a little bit longer, but does that all sound good? Any questions or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I want to spend some time on like the last two things. Yeah, just like sidelaning stuff. So I don't know how I don't know how helpful this slide is, honestly, but I think just in general, like these are just nice things to know. Like when we are, sorry, one sec. When we're seeing that, when we're thinking about like whether we want to fight for drag or herald or whatever, like first of all, we need to like understand if we're actually strong enough to fight the objective, right? And like I think in most of your scrims, you guys are already pulling ahead in the early game, or at least even in the early game, where you can pretty much always contest the next objective, right? So this is really only a problem when we fall behind in the early game, where it's like, yeah, we fall behind in the early game, so we're not actually sure if we can fight the objective. Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
yeah, if we're not fighting for the objective, yeah, like I know people, I say this term as well, right? It's like we're giving the objective, yes, but in reality, it's not like we're giving it to them for free. It should be like a
For free.
trade.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
Some cross map
yeah,
thing.
exactly. They take drag, and then we take everything on their top side, right? So like we get, yeah, you get like two, maybe three waves top side. We get all top vision, and then in that sense, it's not like we're giving the objective for free. Like we're still, you're getting a lot of gold to compensate, and then we're getting a lot of vision, right? So
Hmm.
that should be the thought process. So like, yeah, I just want you to keep this in the back of your mind. Like personally, I like to use like the 1 minute marker, probably a little bit longer than, or a little bit more advanced notice than a minute, to like we should start talking about whether we're going to fight for the next objective. So like maybe,
Yeah.
if you start talking about this like at least a minute in advance, then maybe you need one more wave before you have your first item. Same thing with the ADC or Josh or whatever, right? So like um, yeah, we just need to start these conversations so that we know like the full picture before we head into the objective, right? Because like
Hmm.
if Richard, yeah, I think there's a lot of times in these scrims where like we are setting up the objective too late. So like that's why we don't have any vision there, because like we don't know until it's like too late, right? So like, mm, yeah, like we need to give advance notice for everyone, right? Like so that like if we're giving the objective and we're playing on the other side of the map, then Richard can base and just set up, like he can start walking topside. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, um, if we don't know, then he's going to waste some of his words on the drag, and it's just completely worthless.
Yep.
Okay, but yeah, and then the second component here is just like if we're strong enough to fight for the objective, then we can assign the lanes, right, based on who has TP, based on matchups, that kind of stuff. So
Yep.
okay, cool. Okay, I have a few slides here. So yeah, I know side laning. I think this is your weakest point right now. So I just have a couple examples here, and I know these aren't the best screenshots. 'Cause I'm like it's a little bit hard to take screenshots because like yeah, like the
Yeah.
timers and everything are like dark and shit. But
Yeah.
okay, so anyways, I have some context here. So there's no objectives on the map right now. You have TP. The Renekton doesn't have TP. I don't know what the enemy state is, and I think a lot of times you guys might not know either. So let's just go up based off this. So you're coming out of base. You opt to go bot here, but yeah, I guess like what do you think might be
Really,
a better play?
probably just open mid. I mean, there's not much for me to do following anyways either.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind
Mm-hmm.
of just waiting.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So um, yeah, so I think I guess your TP, yeah, your TP is up in 5, so it's not exactly up yet, right? But like I think something you could calm is like, so this is, I guess, an example where you can use TP to force something, right? Because like you, if you go bot here, we need Nautilus to give you full vision. Do you see
Yep.
what I'm saying? Because like if we don't have
Yeah.
vision for you, it's not, you can't even farm this way very safely if we don't have vision for you,
Hmm.
right? It's a scenario where like right now all of our vision is topside. So if you go bot, you're intentionally placing yourself on the weak side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we should only go bot here if we're catching the wave. And like when I'm saying catch, it's just like right in front of our
It's
turret.
like right in front of our turret. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So like, yeah, I think this is a scenario where you can use TP to force something. You can calm, right? You can calm. hey, I have TP coming up. Like, can we force a top dive, for example, or because Wanjun's top, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, exactly. So okay, that's this example. This one. So okay, Baron is up in a minute roughly. You have TP. Hold on, let me see. Um, okay, actually, I think this might be. This is probably the trickiest example that I have in this deck, and I'm not sure what the correct answer is, but I have some thoughts. Or I have my thoughts, and then we can. I'm curious what your thoughts are as well. But like,
Hmm.
okay, anyways, Baron is up really soon. This game, the Jax is actually quite strong. Actually, Anthony's actually in a pretty good spot with maybe 2.5 items here, so he's actually in a pretty good spot here. But um, anyways, you have TP. Baron is up pretty soon. Anthony's going bot, and he doesn't have TP. And then I guess for some more context later, you don't see it on the minimap, but Jax is gonna actually you can barely see on the minimap. Jax is right here, and he's gonna push all the way here. And I'm assuming
Yeah.
Jax has TP. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm assuming he's TP. So what do you think is best here?
To be honest, I probably should have just gone Ballin, but I don't remember what the comms were like. I feel like it had something to do with comms. That's why I ended up top lane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I think yeah, I would say this is a little bit trickier because like I don't even know if you can side lane against the Jax. Do you know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah, no, no, it's like kind of iffy.
yeah, like if the Jax like is able to push you in, like you having TP is not it's not even that great for us. I feel like it's like one of the worst spots to have TP, right? Because like when you have TP, ideally, right? It's like you want to push all the way out and then you TP in. But if
Yeah.
you're being pushed into, it's kind of hard for you to use your TP. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's why I think this one's a little bit tricky. Like, um, yeah, like my thoughts are like so. Yeah, first of all, our support or our allies, our support here should be getting vision topside, right? Because the Baron is spawning. That's the first thing. Um, but like because he's not, then you can only pretty much farm this wave, and then you kind of need to back
Back
off,
off.
right?
Yeah.
And then what I think, um, yeah, like I think, yeah, I think you back off. I think you base, and then I think you can just help the Renekton and push out the Jax, because it's like okay for you to show on bot, because you can just TP into the Baron if they pull Baron. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's not yeah, like it's not a bad thing for you to push to like
Really push force
force
the
off the
Jax out.
Jax at least.
Yeah. Okay.
At least that's my thought process. I don't know if that's actually right, but looking back at it, I think that that might be the best move for you guys.
I think that would give us the most time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like in my opinion, it's kind of like if you can't, so like in this scenario or like any future scenarios, like if you're not strong enough to side lane against their enemy Jax, their enemy Fiora, like these kind of situations, then
Mhm.
we pretty much need to stall until like the Renekton TP comes back up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once
I
Renekton
get
TP
the
comes
idea.
back up, this is like super easy to play. Because Renekton can at least in with the current items here, like Renekton can, I'm pretty sure match the Jax in this scenario. Yeah, so I think that's like the thing I want to highlight here is like, yeah, it's one of the scenarios like, yeah, we just need to stall for the Renekton TP somehow. So like, um, you can kind of use your TP to yeah push off the enemy side laner, right? Worst case scenario, they pull Baron, but then you can TP in, and then you
Hmm.
guys probably need to stall a little bit longer for Anthony to join the fight. But that should be the idea, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay,
I get the idea.
okay, okay. But yeah, I think that was the trickiest situation where it might not be as clear cut. Um, this next one, okay, so Baron's up. No one has TP on our team. Um, you're thinking about pathing top from base here. I guess what do you think might be better or yeah, what do you think might be
I think
better?
mid.
Yeah, I think mid or like yeah, exactly. Like somewhere like here. I think you guys can like just 1-4. Um like I'm down to force here, right? Because I think I don't know. Let's just assume you just like bought Leandri's and you just spiked, right? So like you're coming out of base pretty strong. Like I think it's a pretty good time to fight. Um, like basically like if we each second that we spend here is pretty good for us because I think the enemy team is losing bot creeps from this picture, um, but yeah, like yeah, I think oh sorry. I have one more point to add. What was I gonna say? Oh, this is the thing that Wanjun has um has started to think about where it's like we have one person top, so we're next in top. We have one person mid, and then three in the jungle just running around. Do you remember? Has he brought that up to you guys before?
Is he? One,
He
I did.
said
I don't remember
he said
honestly.
he learned it from Snow or whatever, but like yeah, normally I
It's a
think
lot of time for.
it's just like 1-4, right? Like you said. That's what I used to think as well. But apparently what's better now is like we have one in one lane, or sorry, one in a side lane, one in the mid lane, and then just three in the jungle to just bounce around between the two lanes and just choke
Uh,
the enemy out. Um, so like obviously we want the Renekton in the side lane. The person we want mid should be the person who's most mobile. So who would that be between?
Unironically, MF
Yeah,
probably just
Honor
because
Icon MF.
W and Flash.
Exactly. So it'll be MF mid, and then you, Maokai, and Nahlis are gonna set up vision here, and then if someone shows top, you kill them top. If someone shows mid, you can kill them mid. That kind of thing.
Hmm.
So we can try that next time, but I just want you to know. I have never done this myself. I think this is not a solo queue thing. This is like only a competitive thing. So
I don't think Silky has enough
yeah,
for
exactly.
Nation.
Exactly. So I think this is something I want you guys to try out next time. Instead of 1-4, let's try this like I don't even know what to call this honestly. It's like
One, 1-3-1, but in the
1-3-1,
jungle.
yeah, but in the jungle. Yeah, exactly. Maybe you guys can come up with another term for this, but I think this is um, a good.
I'm not calling it kill squad map.
Yeah, I think actually that's what he calls it, right? Yeah, this is a good use case or whatever for that type of thing. Okay. Um, okay. This one. So you're bot right now. You're Syndra. Um, our team is going for Rift Herald, and then we have both TPs up. So I guess yeah. What's your job in this scenario? What should you do?
Uh, I mean, I have a little bit of vision, but as soon as I can't really do much off
Hmm.
of that. And
Yeah.
if they're like posturing aggressively, I just have to back off because it's hard too low, anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Basically, just like you need to identify that you're weak side here. Um, we need some more people to show on the map before you can walk up to this wave, right? Because
Hmm.
like yeah, like if yeah, I guess the idea is like if they were going to contest the Rift Herald, we should see someone like poking their head out. Do you know what I mean? To like
Yeah.
maybe like they get like a sneak peek or like they're trying to get off some wards or something like that, right? But the fact that we don't see anyone means that they could very well just be setting up here because like they're giving the Rift Herald. So yeah, you just need to recognize that you're weak side in this scenario. If you want this wave, you need to calm that you might need set TP to help you. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, you cannot walk up to this wave at all.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I would argue that you like honestly should just completely give this wave because like this turret is like so fake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's very low.
it's 1 HP. They can literally just ignore it and just walk up and dive you. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Okay, so that is what I wanted to say here. This one. Okay, so yeah, I don't have as much context here, but I'm just saying, what am I saying? Okay. Yeah, I guess what is this an example of? So like you are in base, you have TP. I guess I'm looking for a potential play you could do. What do you think that might be?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember you bot reviewing. This was the time where like if MF faces like sooner, they can just go mid, I can go ball in, and you can just 4-1 like fight for Herald, and then have TP to cover them.
Yeah, or like I guess what I'm trying to say is like yeah, so like you're in base, you have TP, you can use TP, right? So like
Hmm.
you can't TP bot because you're gonna get dove
I'm gonna
probably,
get
right?
dove.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
100%.
do we TP mid? No, because MF is going mid, right?
In this case, I did TP mid because RMF was late,
Okay, okay. But I guess there's
but
one, I guess a missed opportunity here, right? Where it's like we should pan top to see if we can just dive this
left for
Ornn.
dive. Okay.
That's the missed opportunity here, right? Because like yeah, like you can dive the Ornn, and it's not like you're not missing anything, right? Because let's say you successfully dive the Ornn, you can just base and catch bot. Do you know what I mean? If you dive the Ornn, then they're giving the rift. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
They're probably already giving the rift because the Braum is still bot and not on rift by now. But anyways, um, I guess that's what I'm looking for is just like there's one more missed opportunity here where we can use our TP to force something because
Yeah.
it's yeah,
Okay.
okay, okay, cool. Um, okay, okay, we probably already went over this honestly, but okay, I guess there's a couple more things I wanted to point out. Yeah, we talked about this earlier. So Rift is coming up. You actually recognize that you're weak side, right? We already talked about that. Um,
Mm.
there, other points I wanted to bring up was, yeah, because you're weak side, mm, I'm trying to think. I think you're probably most of the time you're okay on this wave. I have to understand like the enemy's tempo here, but most of the time you're probably okay on this wave. But um, I think you
There's a
have.
time where I fight the Mordekaiser because he just misses
Oh, that's
everything.
right, that's right. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I think you have a little bit more time before you have to go bot, if that makes sense. Because like the wave will meet like here. Do you know what I'm saying? So like I think you can kind of path mid, and then once we determine if they're contesting or not, then you can make a decision, right? So like if they're not contesting, honestly, like mm, I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are here, but like if they're not contesting, honestly, the safest spot for you to beat is top lane rather than bot lane
Mm-hmm.
because we have the tier one turret to protect you, and then all our visions topside.
Vision topside. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, mm, yeah, like in my opinion, this is one of those scenarios where it's like I'm okay with you catching this one wave if you feel safe, but we should work with Josh to find a way to bring you top. Okay, I
Okay.
guess maybe it's like you catch this one wave, you walk to Rift, and then you just tell Josh that you want to swap.
Okay.
Okay,
I get the idea. Yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I think I just have like maybe two or three
No, you're
more.
good.
Um, okay, this one, Baron's up. Drag is up in 1 minute. Both of our TPs are up. What? I guess we have a couple different options here that aren't bad. What is one of the options?
Uh, I mean, I can just open mid for the time being. Or I mean, I think it's open on mid, and uh,
Okay, yeah, yeah. I guess yeah. You're always going mid here. I guess what? Sorry, sorry, sorry. I meant like in terms of macro, what are our options here?
I mean, our option is just set a vision for Baron and
Uh-huh.
just push mid. I guess I could TP mid for it to pro quickly, like faster, and then maybe set vision sooner. I don't know.
Yeah. I think no, I think it's fine to save TP here. Yeah, I think you wouldn't save much time anyway, so I'm fine saving TP here.
I don't think there's a point in me going bottom at this timer either.
Yeah,
Because the waste is
exactly.
gonna be in the middle. I'm not catching it.
Exactly. Yeah. Good. Yeah, like I don't think, yeah, I just want you to get in practice. Like I don't, when you're playing these like more fragile mid laners, I don't want you to go side lane unless you're like actually catching the wave or we have good vision for you to push out. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense? But yeah, like in
Right,
this
right.
situation where the wave is here, like nah, like there's no reason for you to go bot lane. But yeah, I guess
Yeah.
yeah. One option, like you said, we force or not force Baron, right? But like we set up the Baron vision, so we get vision here. Um, if the enemy Mordekaiser continues to push, then uh, we just send Cassante bot, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then the second option is this is an option, right? Like since drag is spawning in a minute, we could kind of do a very similar thing with like just like on the other side, right? So we set up drag side vision. We need help. You need help pushing the Mordekaiser out. So the problem here is like if you need help pushing the Mordekaiser out, uh, and we're using our resources to help you do that, it's just not as good because then we lose Baron control, right? So I think option one with the Baron setup should be better in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um,
I feel like for option two, we still need to get mid prio first
yeah,
before we can
for
actually
sure.
push more tag out.
Exactly. It's always mid first. Yep. Okay, and then this one here, let me see. Baron's up, your TP is up, and you're about to respawn in 10 seconds. Cassante's mid, and then Varys and Amelia are gonna come out of base pretty much right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you think is best here?
It's also probably just TP top lane and get the next two waves shoved out.
Yep, exactly. And then yeah, exactly.
What
The
can
problem
we
here is Wanjun does this a lot. Wanjun actually takes your wave here, so I need you to just calm to tell him to get the fuck out, like back the fuck up, right? This is your wave, okay? He can just take his camps. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he has
do?
nothing to do. Like he can just take these camps, right? But yeah,
Yeah, he takes away that TV probably because it's dead.
yeah, this should be your wave, and then this is also an opportunity for you to. I mean, this should be obvious because Baron is up, but like, let's say Baron is not up, but this is your opportunity to calm that you need vision topside for you, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I want you. It's not like if you TP top, I don't want you to just take one wave and then like feel like you can't move anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're TPing top, I want you to take like at least
The
two
entire
to three
wave.
waves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, that's something. Um, okay, good. And then this is the last one here. This one. Okay, we have Cassante TP.
My TP's
You're
down.
going bot. Let me see. Yeah, okay, you're going bot, which is fine. What's something that you can calm?
I need vision.
Yep, good. Exactly. And then I think what I
Did I ever have vision once this
no,
game?
yeah, exactly, right. So it's just very hard for you to play the
Now that I'm
game,
thinking
right?
about it, what
No,
the fuck?
you didn't. Yeah, like in like all these scenarios, unless you happen to be on the same side as the objective, like you'd like never have vision. So yeah, I need Richard to get better at this. I'm working with him on it, but I need you to be aware as well. Just want to check.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
I'm not seeing that more.
yeah, since there's no objectives on the map, like if we're getting vision bot side, I think the best play here is what Wanjun or what you guys are calling like the demon shift or whatever, right? So if you demon shift bot, then so we get vision bot side, and then you push out this wave. You should feel comfortable pushing out another wave if people start trickling down this way, right? And then Cassante can catch mid, right? So like um, that's what you guys mean by demon shift, right? I just want to make sure that that's what a
Yeah.
demon shift
It's
is,
just a
right?
full
Okay.
it's a full move.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because it's not
Like
like
things are so bad.
yeah, it's not like from Cassante's perspective, there's no urgency for him to go to top right now. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like ideally I want the picture like Cassante mid. Yeah, I want the picture in 1 minute, right? in 1 minute, 'cause it's probably taking like a minute to set up, right? In 1 minute, we're gonna have full vision bot side. We're gonna have you, pushing out the bot wave, Cassante pushing out the mid wave, and then it's like that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're using this kill squad term, right? The kill squad is like here. So the kill squad in this scenario is going to be Vi, Varus, Melio, just looking around in the jungle. Okay,
Yep.
that's what I want the picture to be in 1 minute. In 1 minute. Okay. Um, but do you see it here?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of these side laning and these macro decisions, I think if you're dead or you're coming out of base, I just need you to look at the scoreboard and um, try and figure out what's best here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's. I think the scoreboard has like a ton of info. It's really just like the
Yeah,
TPs and stuff that are really important.
100%.
Okay. Cool. Um, yeah, but that's it for today.